I'm so very happy you came back, Jack. Jack Antonoff, thank you for being here, Buzz. You look great. I'm excited to get into this interview and discuss things with you. You've had an amazing, busy year yet again.
You brought a cheesesteak backstage that you said was from the Roots.
No, I didn't say it was from the Roots.
Is that true?
No,
It was from me, yes.
Okay, just we'll talk. But Jimmy walks up with a cheesesteak, and it was weird. And he was like, "This is from Tariq," and I was like,
What'd you think?
I thought it was really good, but I thought
It was a bit.
I didn't plan to come out and say it, but then I saw his face, and I was like, check in about the cheesesteak.
But I don't do bits with you. When I see you, I'm all business.
That's true. But I've been busy, Jimmy.
Thank you. I appreciate you resetting me up. No, let's talk about this, because you've been very, very busy. I don't know how you have time to do all this stuff. First of all, you won a Grammy for Producer of the Year for a second year in a row. I mean, that was awesome. Come on now. That alone, you go, wow, that's a great year. But you produced 3 of the biggest albums of the year. Lana Del Rey's Did You Know That There's a Tunnel Under Ocean Boulevard? That's Jack. 1975's Being Funny in a Foreign Language. That was you. Taylor Swift's Midnights. That was Jack Antonoff. By the way, Cruel Summer. Can we just even talk about this?
It's so cool.
You produced this song.
Yeah.
You co-wrote it with Taylor Swift, and now that was 4 years ago.
Yeah.
And now today, it's the #1 song for the second week in a row.
I'm so thanks.
What does that feel like?
It feels like I'm loving where the music business has gone, because it's just melted down into nothing but what people like. And you could talk your crap about this or that, but just the fans are God. What they say goes, and all these. You know, when I was younger, and you'd make a record, and you'd say that's the song that if you cracked me open is my soul, right?
Yes.
But then you're like, this song is cool, but that's the song. And then everyone is saying, no, this song that you feel fine about is the one. And then they tell you, if you got to get behind that one. And then you'll get to, there's just all this choosing of singles is because an album is a patchwork. And I always see it as like a house with a front door. And, you know, sometimes you don't want your front door painted yellow. Sometimes you want it painted black. Sometimes you want it painted red. So the choosing, you guys have probably been through this where someone tells you, like, this is the one. And you're like, I want to feed my family, and I want to, but also like this.
I don't think this is.
But the new world is just sort of, it's over, it's cooked. You know, the idea of a single is just, what's the song that if you could get your friends in the room, you'd play? And what happened with Cruel Summer is a testament to that. It was always our favorite song in the album, and then with nothing, with no gas in the fire, with no one on the business side doing anything, just kids started playing it more and more and more. It happened with that song, it's happened with a bunch of things, and I just think
I love that.
the music business is a fun place for just the work.
I also want to say congratulations. You got married recently to Margaret Qualley, who we love. Yeah. How was the wedding?
I feel like I keep thinking this, which I had this idea, like, I perform, so I don't care.
Yeah.
I don't care. You know, I just want to be married to her. I don't give a. Are we not supposed to curse?
No, you can do it. We'll
Yeah.
bleep all this out anyway.
Yeah, so in my head, I'm like,
we're gonna go right from cheesesteaks to this.
yeah,
So,
it's like I don't care. I want to eat a cheesesteak.
What's wrong with you?
I don't know.
The S word we can't.
And I want to marry her.
No, hey, come on.
And then
Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Can we just do away with the no cursing on TV? I mean,
No, we have to have rules, Jack.
Okay, fair. So I didn't care, and I had this idea, like, I perform, so I'm not one of these people. I don't care. I can do anything. I don't mind being here. I don't mind being on stage. It doesn't faze me too much. And then as soon as I walked up there, it was the ultimate. It was the most alone I've ever been in my life, in a way, because my bride hadn't come out yet, and I'm very into like making bits. And even the way I came out here is a good example, right? Like Jimmy asked a question, and I kind of like alphaed it a little bit and turned it and did the cheesesteak thing, right? It was I'm just pushing the attention.
What's real in your world, Jack?
Away, and so I'm always pushing away. And it
Yeah.
was the first time I was just sort of frozen, and it felt like 30 years of cynicism was exiting my body, and
Oh my gosh. And you're standing there, and everyone's looking at you, and this is it, bud.
yeah, it was.
Like, let's go. I'm missing my other half.
But it was beautiful, and it was every cliche, and I kind of melted and broke. in a very sweet way. And what I haven't felt that way since the cheesesteak. Really.
Yeah, that was but then now but it's a big deal, and I know you guys are.
It's a huge deal, and I also like. Is this really fun?
I saw your mom in the hallway, and I said to her last time.
What'd you say to her?
I said, "What are we back at the?" I said, "What are we back at the concert?"
Yeah.
Because last time we saw each other, we were watching you perform at Radio City Music Hall, and you were fantastic.
You came in hot.
I did come in hot.
Because you were, I think, was Radio City right there? Yeah.
Oh, I came in hot to that show.
You came in hot because I think you had like finished the show, and then all of a sudden we were about to go on stage, and you just.
Did I surprise you?
It wasn't a surprise, but you just sort of blew through the doors and.
Oh, you know what?
And launched into a pep talk that really, because it was COVID, so we were a little bit like.
I was in the wrong place. Can I tell you? I thought I was going to go right to my seats.
Oh.
I didn't want to go back and say hi to you.
Of course you come back and say hi.
I would say back to say hi to you after the show, not before the show.
No, we like that.
No, you have a thing. You have a job to do. Yeah. I don't want to. I ended up in the wrong place, and all of a sudden I'm with the band, and I'm going, let's go, let's huddle up, let's get in here, guys. We got to go out there and crush it tonight.
It was a funny scene because it was you, my parents,
yes,
Springsteen.
Bruce Springsteen.
And the band, and then we went and played, but it was also a weird crew backstage.
But it's weird to give a pep talk around Bruce Springsteen, because I think he would be the most peppiest talker. Like, he'd be like, you gotta get out there! 1, 2, 3, nah. You know, the first time, Jack, the first time you play Radio City, you know, you come out and the curtains close, you know, but you can hear the lights. And you can hear the crowd.
Should I be you?
And you can. Yeah, now what? Totally ruined the vibe.
No, it's better.
Ruined the vibe.
No.
Hi guys, hi Jack. Hey man, hey Bruce. Wow, big fan, man.
No. I love Bruce Springsteen more than anything, but in life you can be a Jimmy or a Bruce, and I'm a Jimmy.
But you want to hang with the Bruce.
Yeah, but you hang with the Roots.
Yeah, yeah.
Like,
Lucky, yeah.
Yeah.
I was trying to picture some songs backstage, because I always want you to be getting #1s, and that's all I care about. And that's why every time I see you, I'm all business. Yeah. I want to give you what I'm thinking and give you the #1 song.
What have you got today?
I got one song.
Okay.
It's called Mexico City.
Do the Roots know it?
No, I made it up.
Okay.
How are things in Mexico City? That's it. That's all I got. And you take that, and you make like a snowball out of it, or it could be a snowball used. No, you don't want to use it for what? You throw things? No, Jackie, you carve it with a little chisel and your little hammer, and you carve that little snowball into a beautiful ice figurine of a little German boy putting a Dutch boy.
Putting what?
A little Dutch boy putting his finger in a dike to stop the leak. Like Hans Christian Andersen himself.
Who on this program has the balls to air that?
Talking about?
Yeah, come on.
Don't cut anything here.
Have some
very
guts.
famous. Yeah, come
Have
on.
some absolute guts, because
He's stopping a leak from a town being destroyed.
That's nice. I'll tell you something. What I liked about how the song, is it called Mexico City?
Yeah, it's a working title.
What I like about it is that, and I'm not even doing a bit, I heard it and I was like, haha, and then I was like, how are things in Mexico City?
Right?
Well, if you were like, I'm in love right now, I'd be like, okay, you know, like,
yeah,
but how are things?
This could be about maybe his loved one left him.
Yeah.
And restarted her life in Mexico City.
I would go with how are things in Mexico City. I wouldn't go that the loved one there. Maybe the character's broken. The loved one leaves him in New York, and then he's fantasizing about Mexico City just like as a place to go. Like a.
This is what I'm talking about. No. This is what I'm talking about.
No.
Yeah.
No.
How are things in Mexico City? It's not. Well,
because life around here has gotten real weird lately. I like lately as a soft line.
Lately.
Yeah. And then you see Jenny left.
Oof. Yeah, what do you got left?
Daddy's a
Yeah. Mommy's never been there for me.
Mommy's never been there.
Yeah, my job.
What
sucked.
gives? What gives? What gives?
What gives, dude?
Yeah.
But
I saw a postcard.
on Expedia.
But then I'd flip it. That had Guadalajara on it. Just so it could be that part of the song. They're like, what? I thought we were talking about Mexico City.
Nope.
Yeah.
Went to Guadalajara instead.
And I thought, a guy like me? Question mark?
Yeah.
Could it be? Question mark?
And he goes, I got a ticket, and it's one way.
Where?
I say, no, I can't do it again. I can't do it again. I can't do it again. Anyway, that's just those little nuggets. I'll keep giving it to you, and just when they're number ones, you let me know, and
Lawyer will let you know. Yeah.
I just want to make sure that
You think I'm gonna steal your lyric and melody while you just performed it?
no, I'm giving it to you. This is a verbal contract. It's yours, free of charge. Mexico City is your next step.
Okay.
No, because
It's
I don't
dumb
do that.
enough that it could catch. Like if right now, like part of me I'm like, how are things in Mexico City? Do you remember it? Cause it round here's been real weird lately. Ringo Phil, like. My dad ain't there. My mama is home. And I don't know that above ground pole.
How are things in Mexico City? All right, let's think about it. You're doing a real song. You're here. Bleachers are performing Modern Girl, by the way. It's a fantastic song. And you'll be performing for us this evening.
The first time we've ever performed it live, and I love that because it feels like there's something that feels like 60s and classic about it. Like we have to get it together, we got to play it on TV, and we got to get it right. Like the nerves are amazing. And one last thing before we go. Last time we were here was the first show we ever played after COVID. So this stage has like a real energy to us. It's like we met here as a band, first time to play after COVID, now the first time to play live on the new album. It's special.
And I will say, I didn't even get a chance to tell you. That concert I saw at Radio City was one of the best shows I've ever seen. I loved it so much. You guys were unbelievable. If you get a chance to see Bleachers live, go run, and you will never forget it. It's fantastic. You have great fans.
The best.
Jack Antonoff, everyone. That's what I'm talking about. Modern Girl is out now. We'll be right back with Mo Rocca. Stick around, everybody.